I was talking to my daughter, and we were talking about parents taking accountability for the decisions that they've made in raising their children. And we discussed and have discussed in the past things that I have done that she has brought to my attention that I may have done wrong. And I apologize for those things. I'm not perfect. I don't think I'm perfect. I feel that more parents and children need to have those conversations. We are only good as our environment and how we were raised and what we know at the time. Situations, whatever. In raising my kids, I was financially struggling. I was mentally ill. I was in and out of mental wards. I was in and out of hospitals. I worked 4 jobs. I had 4 kids. I was stressed. After my divorce, I took care of my kids on my own. So in doing all that, I was frustrated. And in raising them, I did things that I shouldn't have. And as far as yelling and being overprotective, now the overprotective part, to an extent that I don't have, I won't say that I'm not going to apologize for that, but I am not sorry that I was protective of them. And I could have done it differently, and I apologized how that made her feel. It is important to, when you are a parent, if your grown adult children come to you and they tell you that, I remember you did this to me and how it made me feel, and you have that conversation and you explain to them that how sorry you are. If you really are a person that wants to bridge the gap of generational trauma, because it can continue, you have to have those conversations. I have had conversations with her. I've had conversations with my other kids. I try to do my best in maintaining that relationship. My question is to you: being a parent, when your kids come to you and they say that they remember this situation, whatever, and how it made them feel, what is your response? Are you going to lash at them and feel like they're attacking you? Are you going to have a conversation with them and apologize? What are you going to do? It's imperative for me to break generational curses. I was raised in a bad environment. I was raised in an abusive environment. There was no peace in my house at all. As my kids grew older, I started to change. I saw that I was doing the same thing that I was raised in. Not to the extent of the abuse, but being angry. I was very angry. I was angry that I had to take care of my kids by myself. I was angry that I was so tired. I was angry that we're always broke. You granted the bills were paid or whatever, and I'm working my 3 jobs or whatever. I was angry. And I had to realize one day I was treating people better on the outside of my house than I was treating them on the inside of my house. It was something that I had to realize that I was doing. So, in saying all that, we are not perfect. Everybody walks around and they think that their mess don't stink, right? No one wants to be wrong. No one. But what do you do when somebody that you love comes to you and says, this is what happened, this is how it made me feel? What is your response? You have to be humble. If you are loving that person, you have to get outside of your feelings and have the conversation. You just can't walk around this world and think that everything you do is perfect. I just posted today, and I was laughing, and I said, have you ever looked at one of your exes and think man, I must have been going through something. And I said, man, I wonder if I am one of those exes. If I am one of those exes, somebody looks at me and go, man, what was I going through to get with her? So I am not above anybody. I try to do my best or whatever. But in order, it's a full circle thing. In our relationships with our children, or our relationships with other people, or whatever, it's a full circle. And unless you start working on yourself, things are going to go wrong. Relationships are going to fall, and you will end up alone and people hating you. So get out of yourself. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. We all are imperfect, and it's part of life, you know? So what do you do? What do you do when the person that you love, your children, say, I remember when you did this and it hurt me? What's your response?